Hi Taurus, welcome to your 2023 year in review. I had to think there for a second. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I just want to kind of set the mood for you for some reason. Like, I just feel like I have to set the mood. So I'm doing a late evening reading, and I don't know, like very, very seldom do I do them. It's just a different type of feel. It's almost like, when everybody else is in bed, I'm in here going into another world, so to speak, going into your world. So, I don't know. I felt like I had to set that mood. Don't mind my big, heavy, I call it my lumberjacket. Just like I don't know what you call it, as if, like a hoodie. But it's so comfortable and warm. So, it's just how I felt like the setting should be. So let's go ahead and get into your reading. We're going to use 3 different decks, and then we're going to bring Mother Mary in at the end, which is different for me. I usually begin with Mother Mary, but I'm just feeling guided that way. So we'll use the Gilded Tarot to do any clarifying. We're going to use the Good Tarot. And with the Good Tarot, we're going to use the Psychic Tarot. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down your year into seasons, so to speak. And I say that because, what's going to happen, I already know it, is the reading is just going to read as a whole, but it's going to be your story. And there's, there may be different elements for different people, and that's why you need your intuition in a reading. Don't go believing illusions. You know what I mean? Trust what you feel. Trust what you feel. Even if I want it, but it's not what I'm feeling, maybe. But it doesn't mean there's not other messages or, guiding you to a way to exactly what it is you want. So, that's what we're going to do. All right. Everything's pre-shuffled, but I am going to give it a couple shuffles, and I'm going to get right into it. You are the last sign for the year in reviews. And it's interesting because I thought I had already done yours, and I thought I had already done Cancers. And you were the 2 signs I didn't do. I don't want to say I forgot, because it's weird. I just really felt like they were already out. But I think everything in its right timing. So let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to bring the screen down a little bit. Alright, well. Okay, so we start with the 5 of Swords. Don't freak out. Don't run away. This just wants you to look at something. For some reason, I'm feeling like for someone, it's like, I can't beat them, so I may as well join them. But I don't think that's the case. You know what I mean? Like, I can't beat them, and maybe I just got to stop trying. Maybe it's not worth the battle. Maybe I'm putting more importance of, on people's or someone's word or thought of what I should be. And maybe, I feel like I just got to be me. So 5 speaks change. I feel like if you can't beat them, leave them. Alright, let's keep going. Jeez. Wow. Alright, so you have the 7 of Swords. The good news is this is the beginning energy. So this is the energy that wants to be swept away. Alright. So someone is just not being honest with you. Deception and envy. That could be part of it. You know, some of you, I feel like you may be dealing with different types of drama. And it could come from an energy of envy. You know what I mean? And it's like a backwards compliment. Anyway. Okay, let's keep going. Look at this. Intuition. Trust. I feel like, boy, do I feel like it is so important for you to trust yourself more now than ever. Trust what you're feeling. Passion ignited. Interesting. Ace of Wands. You know, to me, the Ace of Wands may be your way out of here. The way out of this. Away from this. Ace of Wands speaks about something that you're passionate about. You know, it's connected to your intuition. It's funny because you just look at the image and she's very connected. Right? Connected to above. As above, so below. Bringing that wisdom with you. You know, something's going on over here that I almost feel like I can't beat them. I hate to keep using that word. But I don't want to join them. That may just even just speak of their vibration. You know, if there's just untrustworthy energy around me, I feel like I must know it. And maybe, you know, I don't know. I mean, you know, we take it for as long as we take it. And then the 5 says, okay, maybe it's time to change it. Ace of Wands feels like the way. It's almost like a passion set your way. You know, something to ignite your way. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. Fulfillment of wishes. Okay, well, I'm kind of glad to see that. Because I feel like this is your wish. I feel like this is you imagining like your world, your perfect world. Without this, without all these heavy swords. The interesting thing, though, is this is about inner harmony. No matter what's going on around me. You know, it's like, I don't know, almost I feel like that energy is zen. You know what I mean? Like, could be fires going on around me and I could just... Okay, let's bring in the good tarot, and let's see what comes underneath this. Listen, you know, your intuition is here first and foremost, so I feel like, I don't feel like, you know, like you're hung out to dry, because I feel like you just gotta, you know, like if you know something is this heavy, and again, it can be deception, it can come from a place of like envy, but nonetheless, you know, it's like, it could be drama, like it could just be someone who's untrustworthy. And I feel like, you know, maybe, you know, like when I lay my head down on the pillow, where my mind goes is to my 9 of Cups. So I feel like your intuition is, or has, kicked in. And I feel like once your intuition, like, because here, it's like, until I trust my intuition, maybe I'm stuck in this. But the minute I start trusting my intuition, boom, there's the Ace of Wands. Something's ignited for you. Well, I feel like that's the way. I don't know why, but I feel like my deck is in reverse. But it's not. Feels that way. Alright, well, look at this. It's like this wanted to come out on its own first and foremost. The Eight of Swords. So, if we ignore this energy or just keep living in it, what happens? We create these prisons, these walls. Become hard, cold. Start wearing blindfolds, pretend that all is okay, when it's not. Interesting, because 8 is about self, right? This is self-created prison. And I feel like it's almost like the two parts of you, but then there's this part of you who, it's almost like this 9 of Cups, this fulfillment of wishes, but even like just the way it feels. You know, it's like night and day, night and day, night and day. You know, the only person who can break you free from this energy is you. Created by you. Just means that, first of all, I'm not trusting my energy, which means I'm not trusting my intuition, because, you know, your intuition is going to allow you to feel if something doesn't feel right. You know, and I feel like, and if you're going to ask questions like over and over, I don't know. I guess to each their own. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when is enough enough? I guess when it's enough. Eight speak about new beginnings. Freeing yourself. Well, look at that. The Star. It is a card of Aquarius. But this is about exactly what the 9 of Cups is. It is about your dreams, your hopes, your wishes. Yours. And it feels like, you know, if you can, whatever this 5 and 7 of Swords may mean to you, and because I feel like it's probably going to mean different things. Like for some, it's going to talk about families. For others, it's going to talk about, you know, a partnership, or what was a partnership, or what have you. But really what it's talking about is the truth. The truth. You know, seeing the truth, knowing the truth, dealing with the truth. And if I need to, moving on from that. And I know that sounds kind of like, okay, Sandy. And I guess I don't mean it like, you know, boom, 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 boom. You know, maybe I just take a step in one area, and that is just following my intuition. And as I start to do that, here comes the Ace of Wands, right? Something will like almost help ignite to you. Maybe it's like, you know, maybe it's your path, your true path that does hold your wishes, fulfillment of wishes. Look at this 4 of Wands. You know, to me, the 4 of Wands is love. And it's a pure love. And what I mean by that doesn't mean each person in there is a pure human being and they haven't screwed up and, you know what I mean? No. But when we come together, it feels pure. It doesn't feel like anything that once was. And then sometimes, you know, it's interesting because I feel like, and then somebody thinks back to this period of time and thinks, wow, why did I create, you know, what was I so afraid of? Why did I believe? Why did I limit myself based on what on their actions? Why did I lower my vibration? But then you got to look at the other side of the page. You know, because when you do decide to make the changes, when you do put down the walls, and when you do start trusting your intuition, it's like, I feel like you gotta celebrate that. Anyway, Four of Wands, this is, you know, they call it the marriage card, commitment. It's coming right under your intuition and coming next to the star. And then we have the Four of Swords. Interesting. Healing. Interesting, because I almost feel like it's your spirit guide stepping forward saying, first things first. Healing of this Eight of Swords. And the letting go of this. Whatever this may be. You know, and again, if I can't beat them, then I gotta leave it. Right? Like, I can't. Don't settle. Don't settle. Because I feel like once you start really trusting, like, the signs, you know, the Ace of Wands will be the signs. And these signs ultimately will lead you to the fulfillment of wishes. I mean, hello. And look at this. Triumph underneath that. And by the way, Triumph is a Chariot. And 2023 is a universal year 7, which is represented by the Chariot in the Tarot. So, Triumph, fulfillment of wishes. You know, it almost feels kind of like this is an inner journey first. Interesting, because I feel like that. I feel like it's almost like but I feel like I'm going on this whole journey, but it's like an inner journey. Maybe it's a spiritual journey. Anyways, I feel like that's what your guides are saying. Like, first, the Four of Swords. It's a requirement. The walls must come down. Why? Because you can't be, maybe that's why I said pure. Because you can't be in the Four of Wands if you're also in the Eight of Swords, right? Because in the Eight of Swords, you're blocking out the one thing that you're really wishing for. Not all of you, but, you know, there it is. And here it is. Okay. Alright, what's on the bottom of the deck? The Page of Swords. Page of Swords. Page of Swords. You talk about a lot of different things. First of all, I'm not really feeling it in a negative way. And I feel like it's a good thing because, you know, it's interesting because I do feel like when this, you know, conflict and defeat and then deception and envy and going through that, right? And it makes sense that the Eight of Swords would then be created, right? And maybe that's normal. But what's also normal is allowing oneself to heal from it, see it, understand it. You know, because maybe it does come up throughout our life, but we have the power over it. You know what I mean? And then I feel like, I swear to God, I feel like it's almost like this energy which just seems so, you know, when I'm in it, like, almost unbearable. It almost feels like down the road when I'm over here. I look back and it's like, what? You know what I mean? If you even look back. Alright. Let's go ahead and bring in the Gilded Tarot. It's interesting because most of these readings, you know, I started them like, yeah, we're going to do winter, spring, summer, and fall. But I swear, it doesn't matter what kind of reading I do. It all turns into like one Like, it all reads as one to me. It's like a movie screen. Six of Cups. Six of Cups. Some of you, I'm wondering if you heard from someone. The Hangman. Just wait a minute there. It's like, hang on. You know, I'm just going to say real quickly, I feel like for someone there may be, you know, like someone of my past does reach out, and that's exciting, and I like that. But at the same time, I feel like, you know, if you're dealing with all this sword energy also, like, I almost feel like it's saying take a moment and just put this on pause and deal with what needs to be dealt with so that you can move on. And I feel like so that you can be unencumbered. Now, that's your choice. And maybe, you know, interesting as like, you know, it's not like, you know, boom, 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 boom. But if perhaps this is going on, maybe it is like boom, boom, but like step 1, step 2, step 3, you know, right? I want to get here so I can get here so I can get here. Wow. Like flew in. 7 of Swords. Coming right over your intuition. You know, I feel like it can't be a question of do I or do I not trust someone or something, because I don't feel like in the energy of the High Priestess, I don't think there's a question. There is no question. You know, it's like already written, so to speak. So, you know, maybe even the difficulty was, you know, it's like built your character. You know, it's built your character. And then we have the 6 of Swords. So this is, to me, fantastic energy. This is, now I know that it's like, here's this ace, right? Here's this something that just ignites your soul, so to speak. And immediately there's that 6 of Swords. So maybe, you know, interesting, you got 2 6s right there, 2 7s right there. I almost feel like I've got to leave this. Like, this can be, but I've got to leave this. Because I feel like I don't want it part of, even if this hasn't, and I'm going this and this, but the 6 of Cups, I'm just like, let's just say it's a person that maybe is part of my dream system, I don't know. But then there's this, the energy that I'm in. I feel like, I don't know what I was going to say, but I do feel like, you know, 2 6s. One, it feels like, it's almost like it's some type of communication that ultimately it's mirrored by the 6 of Swords, so it puts you into movement. Movement from what? Movement away from this 5 of Swords, which is good news. You know, what it's telling me is that you're following your passion. And listen, maybe just the communication or the spark of it is to happen just to get you into action. Now, it could be the other way around. It could be both ways. I don't really feel that, though. But doesn't mean it isn't so. Alright. Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. Interesting. This card did like a complete flip around. Queen of Wands. I feel like the Queen is leaving her home. What has been. You know, listen, maybe even financially it was okay, but it still feels like a mental hell. To be truthful, it feels like a mental hell. You know, maybe it gave me some type of comforts, but not emotionally and not mentally. I feel like the Queen of Wands, whether this be you, because remember, you can be all people. You carry all energy. Queen of Wands is just someone who is going to take action. She's going to make movement. And I feel like she's leaving home. She's leaving home. And I don't know. Maybe she doesn't even tell anybody. That's so quickly I feel like the energy changes. You know, well, we have the Four of Pentacles. Look at that, Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is all about your foundation, right? It all begins with your foundation. Coming over the Four of Wands, this relationship, a relationship, any relationship. And it's touching your intuition. You know, I feel like what that's saying is there's times in a relationship, and I know I've done it myself, where it's like something's happened to you, so you just assume it's going to happen again. Or you're looking for it, that it's almost like you find it, but you don't really. I don't know what I'm saying. And I know that it's like residue energy of what was, right? And now I can see that, be like, and just kind of push it out of the way. But I think you know what I'm talking about. Four, 444. We have the Five of Pentacles. Well, first of all, the Five of Pentacles is mirroring the Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like I probably I could have lost half my pentacles, but, you know, okay, so I had to. So be it, because I feel like so much awaits, because I feel like pentacles can be rebuilt, right? But these experiences, maybe not. And, you know, even like these hardships, like these fives that are showing up, it's like change, you know? Here's an opportunity to change. Change what? Well, in the Five of Pentacles, it's, you know, maybe I've had to like crawl my way back, you know, but I have a feeling, because what follows that is the Three of Wands. You know, maybe that was just for a moment. Again, maybe that lied all in the Eight of Swords. But I feel like, again, it's like once you're cleared of certain energy, you know, I don't know if you've ever watched, like, on the Travel Channel, there's like Ghost Adventures. And they'll say that they go into a home or house and, you know, it feels heavy and it makes them sick. You know what I mean? It's just heaviness. And then they leave the home and then all of a sudden they feel better, clearer. I'm feeling that here. I'm feeling this heaviness. And yes, it may take some sacrifice. but it ultimately feels like fresh air. What am I holding? Three of Wands. Three of Wands is looking at life optimistically. I can't do it in this. I can. And for some of you, it may take, maybe it's just the thought of someone. And then maybe you just start heading that direction. I don't know, it's your life. Do you take a chance? I feel like that's why the Queen of Wands showed up. It's like, she's leaving this home. And she's over the star. Like, what's she going after? Something within her hopes, her dreams, her wishes. The Hangman pause, like, I've been stuck in this too long. But yet at the same time, I feel like, those that I don't trust don't even need to know. Maybe don't even need to know. And I feel like, all you need to take with you is your intuition. Because that is what's going to lead you if you trust it. And I'm saying it's you. It's your spiritual being. Trust it. Trust those signs. And, just like 444, I know that means something good. I just know it. You think I would know all these numbers by now because I see these all the time, like, multiples of. Three of Wands, though. An optimistic view. Okay, let's keep going. So I feel like now we're seeing a little bit of potentially the future here. So let's just follow it just a little bit. It's like I'm willing to make that maybe material sacrifice in return for, like, I don't know, like my sanity. And the ability to go after, what's important to me. Maybe what I used to dream of. Let me grab a drink real quick. Doesn't mean it's all you like me. However, you're now in the picture. You put yourself back in the picture. You're like the main character. And I don't know, I just kind of feel like everybody else step in line. Alright, well, let's see. Okay, we have the Devil. Card of Capricorn. We have the Five of Swords. And then we have the Knight of Swords. Dang. Taurus, I feel like you have some heavy energy. And I feel like this is just a time, because I feel like you have a lot of energy that, like, it almost wants to trick you. But I feel like maybe that's why I'm doing this reading right now, because you paying attention to your intuition is everything right now. And, being honest with yourself. If you want to stay where you're at, stay. But, if there's something that you're dreaming about, and listen, I feel like the Queen of Wands, she's already made her mind up. Like, I'm not here to make anybody's mind up. Like, she's already made her mind up. And, maybe there's a Capricorn on her horizon. Even as it's coming over the card of Aquarius. Alright, I just want to see why the Devil and the Five of Swords are here again. It's interesting because the Three of Wands is looking this way and the Knight of Wands is looking this way, but the Devil and the Five of Swords are looking right at me. So I feel like almost like I got to turn my back. I've got to turn my back against this. I'm saying against it, but almost like I've got to just ignore it. Like and then it'll go away. I don't know. But I feel that. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords. And it's interesting because I feel like, they're both in reverse, but I kind of feel like they're meant to be. And I feel like this is about, first of all, Judgment is your spiritual team. And they're calling you to the present moment. Again, maybe like I'm ignoring what's going on here, and maybe what I have to do is I really have to deal with it. Because until I deal with it, it's going to be hard. It's almost like these are going in different directions. However, this is all looking at me, and I don't like the judgments in reverse because it means I'm not paying attention to my intuition. It means I'm not seeing the signs. Means I am trusting lower type energy and not my own. And what is it blocking? This Knight of Swords, potential communication. Signs. Okay. No, I'm not going to leave it there. It's like, okay. Two Swords. There's your answer. There's a blindfold. Got to rip it off. You know what I love is it did come down from the 8 of Swords to the 2 of Swords. So the walls started crumbling down. The walls started crumbling down. But the blindfold exists. There it is. So, just something I need to face. Judgment represents truth. My own truth, but also my spiritual truth. My power. Okay. Alright. Truth. Okay. So, I feel like it's just saying, look at this, the 10 of Swords. It's just, I don't like to do these difficult readings, but I feel like it's just showing you, like, what I think will change in that 5 of Swords connected to the 7 of Swords, untrustworthy energy. It doesn't change. It turns into the 10 of Swords. Dagger after dagger after dagger in your back. Look at the darkness of these cards. Maybe that's why I'm doing it in the dark. And then we have the Death card in reverse. Interesting. So I'm refusing to close a door that wants to close, that needs to close. Again, I don't feel like I'm telling you anything you wouldn't already know, you wouldn't already have felt. Maybe you don't want to be 100% aware of it. And maybe you are. This helps you become aware of it. Because I feel like, again, it's like when you do, interesting because like the heavy energy here against like what happens when you trust you and you live your life and you start following your aces, right? These sparks. You take chances, right? You don't need to like make a full commitment to anything. You know what I mean? Like, you do it your way. Queen of Wands, I'm going to do it my way. But I feel like the 4 of Pentacles speaks of building that strong foundation, one's own foundation. Listen, there's no doubt it feels like it affects some of you in your Pentacles. But I feel like that's temporary. I do. I feel like that's temporary. I mean, I do. Because, we also have the four of swords here, healing. The body, the mind, the soul. Healing. Four of Swords is also about that one sort of recognition of ourselves. And allowing ourselves to truly heal. But, to thyself be true. Is that the way it goes? To thine self be true. Alright. I don't know. I feel like we definitely need a Mother Mary over this. So, I feel like, it's literally leaving us at a crossroad. It's showing you the potential of one way and the potential of another way. Does this have to be someone of your past? No, it may be something. It may be just a time, a happier you, something that fulfills you. And, for some reason, I feel like it's just been stifled. Maybe it's been stifled since you've been a child. But I feel like now, now is the time. Interesting, because this is a very spiritual year. So this is like spiritual truth. Like, I know what I know what I know. Okay. Okay, wow. That didn't take long. Okay, you got 3. Wow. Cancer got 4. So, you have grace. Grace. I am filled with the same beauty, poise, and divine perfection as all of God's other creatures. Grace. Giving yourself grace. Action. Action. Today, I take action related to the priorities that I have previously put off. Today, I take action related to the priorities that I have previously put off. Action. And then we have Father. My true Father is God in heaven, who shines healing light upon me, my birth father, and our relationship. Father. Interesting, because I feel like there's a lot of women who let's just say who go after, relationships that are like their fathers were. And I don't mean it in I don't know. I guess I mean it both ways. I think I just got to recognize, am I repeating a pattern of maybe my father's father? You know what I mean? Am I repeating a pattern? And if I am, is it due to because I think maybe I'm not valuing myself? And maybe I need to start valuing myself, right, as God would value you. I mean, you wouldn't have been created if there was no purpose. Sometimes that purpose, only comes through difficult experiences, unfortunately. And listen, I know I've walked the walk. But I feel like for just a few, ask yourself, am I repeating a pattern? That may mean, am I attracted to someone who cannot be true? I don't know. Today, I take action related to the priorities I have previously put off. Why? Because you're worth it. I love you guys. I thank you. I'm doing these premieres now, and I have to tell you why. I like to hear your comments, as the video is taking place. The only negative part is I feel like a lot of you might be missing a lot of the messages, because we're talking. So if that's the case, like, definitely watch it again and watch it, in quiet. I feel like there's some important messages here, guys. So I love you. I hope you have like an epic 2023. Like, I hope you just allow yourself to live. That's what I feel like. And listen, again, for some of you, it may be an internal journey. I don't know. I don't know quite what that means, but I feel like you do. So I love you. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.